Hello, today I'll be talking about Zubat, the first poison flying Pokemon, and the first bat Pokemon. Its past PYC dates are April 7th, 1996, January 27th, 1999, November 17th, 2001, September 7th, 2004, June 29th, 2007, April 19th, 2010, February 7th, 2013, November 29th, 2015, September 19th, 2018, and July 10th, 2021. I like Zubat's design. There's just something simple about it. Let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Zubat, the bat Pokemon, whose number is 0041. This is what it looks like. Its typing is Poison Flying. This is shown here in these boxes. Poison inside colors, and then the blue here, the lighter blue here, for flying. Yep. Abilities: Inner Focus and Infiltrator is its hidden ability. Gender ratio, 50-50. Catch rate is 255 or 43.9%. Breeding, egg group flying. Hatch time, 15 cycles. Height, 2'7" or 0.8 meters. Weight, 16.5 pounds or 7.5 kilograms. Base experience yield, 54 in the first 4 gens, 49 in 5+. Leveling rate, medium fast. EV yield is 1 in speed. Shape is that. Doesn't have a footprint because it doesn't really have a foot. Pokedex color purple. Base friendship 70. Zubat is a dual type poison flying Pokemon introduced in Gen 1. It evolves into Golbat starting at level 22, which evolves into Crobat when leveled up with high friendship. Biology: Zubat is a blue Chiropteran Pokemon. While it lacks eyes, it has pointed ears with purple insides and a mouth with 2 sharp teeth on each jaw. A male will have larger fangs than a female. It has purple wing membranes supported by 2 elongated fingers and 2 long, thin tails. Zubat lives in abundance in dark caves, although it has also been shown to dwell in forests and under the eaves of old buildings. Due to its habitat, Zubat has evolved to have neither eyes nor nostrils. It instead navigates through dark environments and tight caves with echolocation, emitting ultrasonic cries to detect targets and obstacles. The frequency of these cries can vary slightly between Zubat colonies. As demonstrated in the anime, it will leave its abode at night with a mass of other Zubat in order to seek prey. Zubat is nocturnal and sleeps hanging upside down during the daytime, avoiding sunlight at all costs. Daylight causes Zubat to become unhealthy, and prolonged exposure can even burn its skin. Aww. However, captured and trained Zubat have been recorded as being much more tenacious in the daytime, even when directly exposed to sunbeams. While sleeping or in cooler conditions, Zubat gathers with others of its kind for warmth. So here we have a card depicting Zubat hanging upside down, and then we've got a card depicting Zubat using its echolocation, going in multiple directions. Evolution: Zubat evolves into Golbat, which evolves into Crobat. So we see Zubat, Golbat, Crobat. Game data, NPC appearances in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Time, and Explorers of Darkness. Zubat is a member of Team Skull, along with Coughing and the leader Skuntank. Zubat is also the first boss of the game. Pokedex entries in red and blue: forms colonies in perpetually dark places, uses ultrasonic waves to identify and approach targets. In yellow, emits ultrasonic cries while it flies. They act as a sonar used to check for objects in its way. Sidium: it has neither eyes nor a nose. It emits ultrasonic cries that bounce back to its large ears, enabling it to fly safely. In Gen 2, in Gold, while flying, it constantly emits ultrasonic waves from its mouth to check its surroundings. Silver: capable of flying safely in dark places, it emits ultrasonic cries to check for any obstacles. Crystal: during the day, it gathers with others and hangs from the ceilings of old buildings and caves. Titanium 2 is just gold again. In Gen 3, in Ruby, Zubat remains quietly unmoving in a dark spot during the bright daylight hours. It does so because prolonged exposure to the sun causes its body to become slightly burned. Sapphire: Zubat avoids sunlight because exposure causes it to become unhealthy. During the daytime, it stays in caves or under the eaves of old houses, sleeping while hanging upside down. In Emerald, while living in pitch-black caverns, their eyes gradually grew shut and deprived them of vision. They use ultrasonic waves to detect obstacles. In Fire Red, It has no eyes. Instead, it relies on its ultrasonic rise for echolocation to flit about in darkness. In leaf green, it forms colonies in perpetually dark places and uses ultrasonic waves to identify and approach targets. In Gen 4, diamond, even though it has no eyes, it can sense obstacles using ultrasonic waves. It emits from its mouth. Pearl, disliking sunlight, it sleeps deep in forests and caves until sundown. Platinum, it checks its surroundings and location using reflections of the ultrasonic waves from its mouth. Heart gold and soul silver are their gold and silver counterparts. In Gen 5, black and white is platinum's entry. In black 2 and white 2, it does not need eyes because it emits ultrasonic waves to check its surroundings while it flies. In Gen 6, X is diamond's entry. For Y, well, the word echolocation is now just one word instead of two. This is Fire Red's entry. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, their Ruby and Sapphire counterparts. In Gen 7, Sun, it sleeps in caves during the day. It has no eyes, so it checks its surroundings while flying. It emits ultrasonic waves. Moon, when exposed to sunlight, they suffer burns. The frequency of their ultrasonic waves can differ slightly from colony to colony. Ultrasun, it has no eyeballs, so it can't see. It checks its surroundings via the ultrasonic waves it emits from its mouth. Ultramoon, their skin is so thin that they'll be burned if sunlight hits them. When it gets cold out, they gather together to warm one another's bodies. Aww. In the Let's Go games, that's just Yellow's entry. In Gen 8, in Sword, it emits ultrasonic waves from its mouth to check its surroundings, even in tight caves. Zubat flies around with skill. In Shield, Zubat live in caves, down where the sun's light won't reach. In the morning, they gather together to keep each other warm as they sleep. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are Diamond Pearl counterparts. In Legends Arceus, makes its home in gloomy caves. Atrophied eyes have left this Pokemon blind, so it scans its surroundings via sound waves that it emits from its mouth as it flies. So Zubat and the Alolan Pokedex, they're both in that, but this is Sun and Moons, this is Ultra Suns and Ultra Moons. A little different, but yeah, cool. Okay, game locations, side game locations, events, held items. Pokemon caught in Gen 1 must be traded to a Gen 2 game in order for a held item to appear. So from Red, Blue, and Yellow, you get a berry. In Legends Arceus, normal gets a Chesto Berry 35% of the time, or a Spoiled Apricorn 15% of the time. And grit items by level. Alphas, EXP Candy S 100% of the time, or Seed of Mastery 10% of the time, grit items by level. Still don't know how the math works here. Stats, base stats. HP 40, attack 45, defense 35, special attack 30, special defense 40, speed 55. For a total of 245, this Pokemon's special base stat in Gen 1 was 40. Pokéthon stats. Type effectiveness. Damage normally by normal, flying, ghost, steel, fire, water, dragon, and dark. Weak to rock, electric, psychic, and ice for double. Immune to ground for nothing. Resistant to fighting, poison, bug, grass, and fairy. For fighting, bug, and grass, it's a fourth, but half for poison and fairy. Notes: if gravity is an effect, this Pokemon is given an Iron Ball in Gen 4 or a ring target, or it is affected by Smackdown or Ingrain. The effectiveness of ground-type moves is 2, so it goes from 0 to 2. In Gen 5, if this Pokemon is given an Iron Ball, the effectiveness of ground-type moves is 1, so that it go from 0 to 1. In Gen 1, the effectiveness of Bug-type moves is 1, so from 1 to a fourth. Learn set by leveling up. 1 Absorb and Supersonic, 5 Astonish, 10 Mean Look, 15 Poison Fang, 20 Quick Guard, 25 Air Cutter, 30 Bite, 35 Haze, 40 Venoshock, 45 Confused Ray, 50 Air Slash, and 55 Leech Life. Then in Legends Arceus, what? This is new. All of this is new to me. I don't know what any of this means. I guess it changes as time goes on, I would assume? I don't know, but it learns it at 1, Gust at 1, and it masters it at 10, I guess, is my guess. It learns Hypnosis at 6, and masters it in 15. Bite at 11, masters it at 20. Air Cutter at 18, masters it at 28. Cross Poison, 25. Masters it at 35. Air Slash learns at 34. Masters at 45. Leech Life, it learns at 43 and masters it at 54. By TM/TR and Sword and Shield. 6 Fly, 21 Rest, 23 Thief, 24 Snore, 25 Protect, 28 Giga Drain, 30 Steel Wing, 31 Attract, 33 Rain Dance, 34 Sunny Day, 39 Facade, 40 Swift, 56 U-Turn, 57 Payback, 58 Assurance, 74 Venoshock, 76 Round, 78 Acrobatics, 95 Air Slash, 12 Agility, 18 Leech Life, 20 Substitute, 22 Sludge Bomb, 26 Endure, 27 Sleep Talk, 32 Crunch, 33 Shadow Ball, 35 Uproar, 36 Heat Wave, 37 Taunt, 66 Brave Bird, 68 Nasty Plot, 69 Zen Headbutt, and 91 Venom Drench. These were the TRs, by the way. In Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, TM11, Sunny Day, 12 Taunt, 17 Protect, 18 Rain Dance, 19 Giga Drain, 30 Shadow Ball, 32 Double Team, 36 Sludge Bomb, 40 Aerial Ace, 41 Torment, 42 Facade, 44 Rest, 45 Attract, 46 Thief, 47 Steel Wing, 51 Roost, 58 Endure, 63 Nasty Plot, 66 Payback, 82 Sleep Talk, 87 Swagger, 88 Pluck, 89 U-Turn, 90 Substitute, 94 Fly, 97 Defog. By Breeding in Sword and Shield, you get Curse from this group, Defog from this group, Gust from this group, Hypnosis from this group, Quick Attack from this group, Whirlwind from this group, and Wing Attack from this group. In Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, you get Brave Bird from this group, Curse from Farfetch'd, Gust from this group, Hypnosis from this group, Quick Attack from this group, Venom Drench from this group, what is this? Grand Underground, whatever that means, Whirlwind from this group, Wing Attack from this group, and Zen Headbutt from this group. By tutoring, in the expansion pass of Sword and Shield, you get Dual Wing Beat, which is a physical flying type move. Power is 40, accuracy is 90, and PP is 10. In Legends Arceus, you can get the moves Aerial Ace, Leech Life, Ominous Wind, Rest, Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, Swift, and Zen Headbutt. By transfer from another generation, from 3 to 7, you get Aerial Ace, 1 Bide, that doesn't work anymore, 4 Captivate, that doesn't work anymore, 6 and 7 Confide, 2 Detect, 1 through 7 Double Team, 1 and 3 Double Edge, 2 through 7 Feint Attack, that doesn't work anymore, 2 through 7 Frustration, that doesn't work anymore, 7 Headbutt, 2 through 7 Hidden Power, that doesn't work anymore, 1 and 7 Mega Drain, 1 and 3 Mimic, 4 you get Natural Griff, that doesn't work anymore, 4 Ominous Wind, that doesn't work anymore, 4 and 5 Pluck, 2 through 7 Pursuit, that doesn't work anymore, 1 Rage and Razor Wind, both of those don't work anymore, 2 through 7 Return, those don't work anymore, 4, 5, 6, and 7 Roost, 3, 4, and 6, you get Secret Power, that doesn't work anymore. 3 through 7, you get Snatch, that doesn't work anymore. 4 through 7, Super Fang. 2 through 7, Swagger. 4 through 7, Tailwind. 1, Takedown. 3 through 7, Torment. 1 through 7, Toxic. And 4, Twister. Side game data. Pokemon Ranger. In the browser entry, Zubat prefers dark places like caves. It uses ultrasonic waves to attack. In Shadows of Olmia, it flits around and releases supersonic waves to attack. In Guardian Signs, it attacks by scattering poison gas that makes Pokemon tired. In Pokepark Wii Pikachu's Adventure, in the Pokepark Pad entry, Zubat can always be found flying around the Cavern Zone. They enjoy playing Salamence's Air Ace more than any other attraction. Aww. Okay, that. Evolution data. Zubat evolves into Golbat starting at level 22, which evolves into Crobat when leveled up with High Friendship. Golbat cannot evolve into Crobat in Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green until the player obtains the National Pokedex, as its evolution will be interrupted. Golbat also cannot evolve into Crobat in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, as Crobat is not present in those games. Yeah, so you get level 22, which you can use a rare candy to get from Zubat to Golbat, and then Golbat, you get level up with High Friendship. Got sprites here, so red and greens, looking kind of scary. You know, red and blue, that's a little bit, I don't know, nicer on the eyes, I don't know. It's, yeah, a little bit more, more like the Zubat. This one's the most like Zubat, of course. Somehow they all have the same back stripe, despite the fact this is more blue, and also these are different shapes. Same with the ears. Those are more, more like bunny ears, I guess. These are more apart. And then this one, the ears in this one have become more bat-like. Yes. So they get more of the iconic look here. It's shiny, it's green with pink highlights. Yep. This is maybe a different shade of blue, I think. Very slightly different. But yeah, so you get all that. And you get so that's the kind of dark blue and a light blue. This becomes pink and sort of a lighter blue, I guess, purplish blue. This becomes green, but because this now has the pink inside, this gets just sort of tan to white, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, that gets all that. Okay, yep. Body becomes now just normal, just straight blue, no purple. And those become a little bit darker, but yeah, and so now this is green, kind of more of a yellowish white, I guess. Oh, and this is the one that introduced the gender thing, so those are the males with the long fangs, these guys, the females have the short fangs, same with the shiny, all that. You got black and white, it's basically the same. Yeah, when we get to the models here, this is a darker blue with darker purple. With a darker purple insides. I guess it does go from kind of a pink to a purple, doesn't it? Yeah. As time goes on, it becomes more purple. So then we got this one, darker green, of course. Sun and Moon, these get a little lighter. Not much, though, and they don't really... Their ears kind of change. I imagine they changed a few times throughout the games. Then we got Let's Go games here. Oh. A little bit shorter. Yep, okay. Not as dramatic for the females. Then we got Legends Arceus. Yes. So these are all kind of, it kind of becomes, okay. Yeah, it's going to become maybe a little darker. It becomes more tan than yellow, I guess, as time has gone on. Then we got, at home. Yep. Okay. In the anime, Zubat in the anime. Being a bit longer, long legs here. For the Pokedex entry, I've already recorded it for the anime section, so we'll let the professional read it.
Zubat, flying Pokemon with supersonic powers. Zubat live in caves and hate to fly outside in daylight.
Zubat in Origins, so you can't really see it, but there's a Zubat here in this picture. We got Zubat in Generations, so it's seemingly a member of Team Rocket here, along with Coughing and Arbok. Cute reference. Yes, and Evolutions, the manga, Zubat and Pokemon Adventures, Zubat and Pokemon Gotta Catch 'Em All, and the TCG, and the TFG, other sprites, Batty in Pokemon Super Contest, Midnight in Pokemon Super Contest, I'm assuming these are NPC Pokemon. Trivia. No other Pokemon has the same type combination as Zubat and its evolved forms. Zubat and Golbat are the only Pokemon introduced in Gen 1 to currently have a unique type combination. Zubat and its evolved forms are the only Poison-type Pokemon in the Flying Egg group. Zubat and its evolved forms share their category with Woobat. They are all known as the Bat Pokemon. Zubat's evolutionary family has similarities with Woobat's. All of the members of both lines are called the Bat Pokemon, excluding Swoobat, live in caves and other dark places, and have no visible eyes at their respective unevolved states. Members of both lines reach their respective fully evolved forms by friendship, and both have similar shiny forms with green main bodies. Woobat and Zubat have somewhat similar English names, both having rhyming prefixes and bat as a suffix. Zubat can also be seen as a parallel to Noibat, as they are both flying-type Pokemon based on bats and can have Infiltrator as a possible ability. They also share their same base stats, with their attack and special attack switched around. Zubat has the lowest base special attack stat of all flying-type Pokemon, tying with Tailo, Starly, Combee, and Pikapek. Despite its lack of eyes, Zubat is still capable of learning Mean Look. Due to its lack of eyes, Zubat is the only Pokemon whose alpha form in Legends Arceus does not bare, glowing red eyes. It is also one of the few shadow Pokemon in Pokemon Go that doesn't have red eyes, the other being Shadow Steelix. I didn't know that was a thing. Origin. Zubat seems to be based on a bat, particularly vampire bats, which bite other animals to feed on their blood. Its poison type may be inspired by either the anticoagulant properties of vampire bat saliva or the fact that bats are infamous for spreading deadly diseases such as rabies. Its lack of eyes could be a reference to troglomorphism and may additionally be influenced by the misconception that bats are blind due to their use of echolocation to navigate. The claim that Zubat will suffer burns when exposed to sunlight may be inspired by mythological vampires. Name origin: Zubat may be a combination of bat and Zubato. Piercingly. This is in other languages, related articles, external links. Let's move on. Now let's watch Zubat's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 6, Clefairy and the Moonstone. In this episode, Ash, the one in the hat, and his faithful Pokemon companion Pikachu, the one in the foreground here, and his two traveling companions, Brock and Misty, are on their way to Mount Moon, and they're hearing a cry from Seymour the scientist, someone they don't know yet. Yes, so he's being attacked by Zubat, so we'll...
Look! Over there!
Yeah. There's the Zubat. Attacking Seymour, and that's it. That's Zubat's first appearance, or first scene in the anime, so let's move on. Now let's talk about the TCG. I have 2 Zubat cards, well, they're the same card twice. They're the 13th version of the Zubat card, and the first to make Zubat psychic for some reason. It was illustrated by Ken Sugimori. Since it's just the background image on a background, there isn't much to say about it. The most notable elements are the background featuring a power line and the fact that there are motion lines, indicating flight. It has 50 HP. It's 2'7" and 16.5 pounds. It has 2 moves, Supersonic and Bite. In the video games, Supersonic is a normal type move that makes the target confused. On this card, it costs 1 psychic energy. If the user wins a coin flip, the target is confused. We've already talked about Bite. The only thing I'll say is that it takes 2 of any energy and causes 20 damage. It's weak to Psychic despite being Psychic itself. It takes an additional 10 damage. It's resistant to fighting and will take negative 20 damage. It costs 1 of any energy to retreat. In the bottom right corner of the card, there is the Mysterious Treasures expansion symbol. Its description reads, "Even though it has no eyes, it can sense obstacles using ultrasonic waves it emits from its mouth." This is the Pokédex entry in Pokemon Diamond, X, and Brilliant Diamond. It's level 8. In the video games, it would be 14 levels from evolving into Golbat. Speaking of Golbat, I have a card for it, so we'll talk about it tomorrow. Now let's see why people love Zubat. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you not familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Zubat. First, we've got Life of Rai, Who's That Pokemon? By Rai Spirit. So, presumably this is Rai, playing Pokemon Go. So it says, your egg is about to hatch. So things like, is that going to be like an Articuno or something? And then it's just a Zubat, humorously. Yes. And so that, of course, knocks them out, because, the surprise. It's very good. Then we've got Batty by Mew Itty. So we've got I believe, a Noivern here, surrounded by Zubats. It's very, very cute. That's it. This one doesn't contain a Zubat, so we'll move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight as I need to wait until I talk about Eevee before I can catch a Zubat. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Golbat. As always, this isn't my proper outfit, and you'll see me tomorrow.